Hey everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about the differences in dieting between men and women and why women need to approach things differently. So, if you've ever gone on a diet at the same time as your husband or significant other and found that they dropped weight instantly by only making small changes where you had to do twice as much work to just barely get that scale to move. You are not imagining this, okay? The struggle is real and there is a reason why. So, if you are new to watching my videos, my name is Laura. I am a holistic health practitioner specializing in hormones and weight loss for women over 40. So today's video on why dieting is different for men versus women. So we will start off with the main reason why, okay? Women have the ability to do one thing that men can't, and that is have a child, okay? Physically have a child. So because of this, our hormones run a lot differently than men. And when it comes to dieting, our body reacts differently. The reason why is we were built to be able to create life, okay? And not only do we have to be able to create life, but then we have to be able to help sustain that life during the first year or so. So our bodies are built to support this mechanism. And when we start to diet, our bodies react to that. So when we are under a calorie deficit, our bodies are fighting to basically bring us back to where we were before. So, say you lose a few pounds, automatically your body's trying to adapt to this because we're always in this sense of like I don't want to say survival mode, but we're always in this sense where our body wants to hold on to what it needs in order to support another life. And so you may find that you go on a diet and you lose a certain amount of weight maybe in the very beginning, and then all of a sudden everything just kind of stops. It just plateaus, okay? This is because of metabolic adaptation. It is our body's way of making sure that you don't let yourself starve, all right? It's making sure that if you were to become pregnant, you could take care of another life. You could support another life. So our body's response is you cut your calories, there are different hormonal responses that will slow your body down so that you are conserving as much energy as possible and you're conserving as much of those calories as possible so that you can, again, take care of this life. So this is one of the main reasons why when men diet and women diet, it's very different, okay? A man can diet and cut their calories by a lot larger amount than women, and their body doesn't, they will have some metabolic adaptation after a while, but not as quickly as women and not as severely as women. So they've done studies and shown that like in times where there was great famine or starvation, or like when people were in concentration camps, that women could actually survive longer than men because of the fact that our bodies adapt so quickly to try to survive. And so, although that's a positive thing, right? It's not so much when you're trying to lose weight. And so, what we need to do is we actually need to diet a little bit differently than men. Okay. We need to be giving our body as much as we possibly can while having somewhat of a deficit, so that we can keep our bodies from kind of holding on to everything, from getting scared and holding on to everything. So there are different ways that our bodies use calories. Okay, this is the same for men and for women. Okay, so our calorie burn is based on pretty much four different things. Okay, it is based on our BMR, our basal metabolic rate. So this number is determined by basically your size, right? Your height, your weight, your age. It's also determined by the amount of muscle mass you have, okay, or the amount of body fat percentage you have. So somebody with a lower amount of body fat percentage and a larger amount of muscle is going to have a higher BMR. So they are going to be burning more calories. So one way as women we can work on burning more calories is getting that BMR number up, okay? That is kind of a number that we have a little bit, of control over. Not a total amount of control, but we do have a little bit of control over that. So as our weight goes down, our BMR goes down, but we can help that by trying to add on more muscle so that our body actually takes a little bit more calories to run all day long. So that is number one. Okay. Number one way that we are burning calories. Okay. Number two is going to be through exercise. And exercise is, probably a small amount of the calories we burn in a day, because even in a really good workout, you're lucky to be burning maybe 300 to 400 calories in an hour. So that's not going to be our largest calorie burn of the day, but obviously exercise is going to help. So you want to make sure that you have exercise as part of your, daily, weekly routines. So the third way is through NEAT. Okay, so NEAT is our non-exercise activity. So just from anything that you do during the day to just, by moving around and gesturing as I'm talking here, or, standing up and sitting down, all movements that you do during the day are burning calories. Okay, so NEAT is a large component to how many calories we burn in a day. So you want to make sure that you are very active during the day so that you can get that amount of calorie burn up. The last way is through the thermogenesis of food. So it's the amount of calories it takes to digest and burn that food. So one thing that we know is protein, it takes more to digest. It has a higher thermogenic rate to it. So eating a diet high in protein can definitely help us burn more calories. So that's great on that part. How do we burn more calories? That's how we do it. But how do we make sure that we are actually consuming enough food and consuming the right kind of food so that we keep our metabolism going? Well, like I mentioned before, it's important for women to not live at a calorie deficit for too long, to take some diet breaks in that calorie deficit, to have some refeed days, or some days where you are at least hitting your maintenance calories, to doing reverse dieting if you've been in a deficit for a long time. All of these things can help with the metabolic adaptation. So those are all important components for women to add into their dieting. Okay, so dieting a little bit different. Think about it in a different way. Don't think about it in a sense of always being at a calorie deficit, but think about it as being a journey where you have times where you're dieting and times where you are eating at maintenance. And with that and consistency, you're going to see long-term results. Another key component is making sure that your nutrition is on point, okay? Making sure that you are eating a very anti-inflammatory diet, because inflammation can slow down metabolism and how your body burns calories. So I would love to teach you more. I teach my clients how to eat a very anti-inflammatory diet, but in a fun way, like foods that you'll love and enjoy, which can make this such a much more sustainable journey. So I would love to teach you more on how to keep your hormones balanced during dieting, how to eat the right type of foods, how to burn calories in the right way. So as always, reach out to me and I would love to talk to you a little bit more. You can schedule a consultation call with me in the link in my bio on Instagram, or if you are following me on YouTube, you can, I always say YouTube, I don't know why, YouTube, you can check the link below. And as always, thank you for listening. I appreciate it. Make sure to like, save, subscribe, and I will catch you on the next video.